Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to all participants. So today I will deliver some information about the road to be a professional engineer. Okay. Alright. So this is just myself when I do the attachment, industry attachment at Norway, Kongsberg Maritime, Norway. So I'm a staff lecturer at Faculty Kejuruteraan Elektronik, Computer, and also this is my email for further you want to contact me, and also my numbers. Yeah? Right. Okay, some overview of this presentation. All right. So to be a professional engineer, actually, there are first you need a graduate from a university, which is recognized by EAC in terms of Malaysian punya scenario. Okay, so the professional engineer consists of two tiers. Okay, the first tier is a professional engineer, and the second tier is a professional engineer with a practicing certificate, PEPC. So for today webinar, I only focus on the professional engineer. Okay, so road to be a professional engineer, right? So actually there are three roads to become a professional engineer. With this, the first route is a professional assessment examination. So this is through BEM, Board of Engineer Malaysia. And route number two is the professional interview. Okay, for IEM they call PI. Okay, professional interview. And also nowadays there are another entities which is a MySet. Okay, through the MySet. And the route three is a professional engineer engineering exam by overseas body. Okay, so for example at UK, so recognized by the professional engineer exam UK, so they will be awarded as a chartered engineer. Okay, chartered engineer or CEng. Right. So this is the overall overview of the step to apply for the engineer. So there are steps. Step 7, actually step 7 is for is a certificate. 5 now engineer tier 1. So exam you take engineering degree EC 4 years 4 years the engineering the accord, which is nice by EAC because of lack of syllabus, or maybe the in terms of the requirement can top they can top the subject by the accredited master degree by coursework. But okay. Now after you finish on the step 2, which is register with BEM, and then you will be appointed as a graduate engineers, okay, according to your field. Maybe you are from mechanical, from civil, electronic or electrical, or chemical engineering. Okay, so you will be status as a graduate engineer. All right, now after that, we go to the step 3, which is a minimum 3 years working experience. Okay, you need to have the working experience. Minimum is 3 years, and including 1 year in Malaysia. Okay, 1 year experience as engineer working in Malaysia. Okay, So if you fulfill on the step 3, then you can apply for the professional examination, okay? Assessment examination, either through Board of Engineer, IEM, or from the overseas bodies. Okay, right. So this is the more deeply on the every step on the chart just now. Step 1, you need to have the academic requirement, which is generally 4 years. Okay, so this engineering course in your university should be according to the Washington Accord. Okay, so Malaysia is one of the country in the world that follow the Washington Accord. And if your degree is less than 4 years, or your university is not according to the Washington Accord, so you need to top up your degree qualification with a master degree, okay, which is a top course. Or you can contact BM, ask them if they have the program for top up program for your degree. So that is a step 1. So firstly, you need to have the accredited bachelor degree, bachelor degree 4 years according to EAC requirement. Okay. After that, the step 2, you need to register as the graduate engineer through BM. Okay. So register with BM for engineer working in Malaysia is must, compulsory. But you also can have the graduate engineer by register through IEM and also MySet. But again, register with BM is a must for all the engineers who want to work in Malaysia. So after that, you need 3 years experience as an engineer along the graduate engineer scheme, and date before you can sit for your examination, professional examination, which is a tier 1 exam. Okay. So after you have the 3 years experience, and then you can apply to the through either one, either route 1, route 2, or route 3 for professional engineer examination, right? So engineering training, so you need to have the engineering training, which is a minimum 3 years. Okay, so in this engineering training, you need to have evidence to show all the training regarding on design and also the site experience. So for design and site experience, it is what we call varies according to engineering field. Yeah? You can see in this table for civil, the minimum requirement for design and experience is 12 months. Yeah? And also the minimum site experience also 12 months. Okay? So meaning that this is for civil engineering. But for mechanical engineering, the design experience only 6 months and site experience 12 months. Okay, and electricals also 12 months for design experience, and on site is 6 months. Okay, so you can refer in this table. Okay, so how to see this table on detail, you can go to either BM or IEM website. Step 4, your professional exam can go through either one, route 1, route 2, or route 3. Okay, so this is on the tier 1. Okay, so you need to fill the form if you go to the PAE through BM, which is you need to tick either you have sit any examination, professional examination before, okay, from BM or IEM or MySet. Okay, so you can see here IEM and MySet is NGO, which is the body is also that you can sit for your professional engineer okay, examination. Okay, you need to tick whether yes or no. Okay, so this is because they need to filter whether you you have sit the professional examination before, because those who have failed in PAE, they need to rest 1 year before they can apply for another PAE examination. Okay? So that's why you need to clear your status here. So the board will filter the information that you supply to them, right? Okay, so step 5, in the after you apply the examination, okay, and you success and given the title of the professional engineer by BEM, so you will be give the you can use the title of IR or PH in your beside your name. Okay, so for tier 1 PE professional engineer, so you need to have the CPD 25 hours every year. So this also you need to supply the evidence. So the CPD, it could be from your training, maybe the specific training, or maybe you further study for master and PhD. Also, it can include in the CPD, and you give a talk or write the journal, a technical journal or proceeding, or maybe you become a keynote speaker or invited speakers in any place. So that can be considered as a CPD. Okay. All right. So I'm not discuss on the for tier second tier, but we have a second tier. After you only allow to apply for second tier after you have the PE on the first tier. Okay. All right. So this is the difference between the first tier and second tier. In terms of the STEM, your job, professional job STEM. For PE, professional engineer, you will be allowed to use the hexagon shape. But for PEPC, this is a kind of consultant lah, consultant punya STEM, right? Okay, so when you register with BM, so here, registration of Engineer Act 1967. So you must, it is a compulsory to all the engineers who want to work as an engineer in Malaysia to register with BEM as a graduate engineer. Okay, so when you apply for graduate engineer, so the board will see all your transcript, your university transcript on your degrees. Okay, and if they satisfied, okay, and then they will give you this example of the letter that will be given to you as a graduate engineer. So you can see that cawangan kejuruteraan is your field, engineering field. For example, here this is a chemical engineer. So it will given as a chemical graduate engineer. Okay. By having this certificate, then you can go through 3 years experience. Okay, 3 years experience. So it is important because one of my friend dia tak register dengan BM, Board of Engineer, and later on bila dia nak apply for PAE, so dia tak boleh apply because the board not recognize 15 years experience without register as a graduate engineer. So he end up with need more years to after register and need another three years. Okay, experience. Okay, so this is important to you to register. Okay, register with Board of Engineer. Boleh saya tahu semua dah register as a graduate engineer? Have you registered with BM? So this is very important to register. So after registration, you will give this certificate. So by this certificate, then you can go 3 years experience, where a minimum 1 year practical should be do in Malaysia under PE supervision. Malaysia punya PE, right? So what assess in PI, professional interview? So you will be assess your competency, competence. Okay. So what is competence? So competence is your formal education. So it is your degree, your 4 years recognized degree by EAC, and then plus 3 years practical training and also experience. So this will make you competent. Okay. And you need to carry out tasks with effective standard. So as engineer, you need to follow a certain standard. For example, the code of ethics, and then the safety and health. We have the Akta Jentera and Kelang, okay, Factory X, and so on. So you as an engineer, you need to show the evidence that you follow all the standard accordingly in your design, and you apply in your experience. Okay, achievement necessary level of knowledge. So as an engineer, you need to upgrade your knowledge, whether from any training, technical training, specific technical training, or maybe you further study for master or PhD. So that will be count as the knowledge. Okay, increase your knowledge and understanding and skill. So as an engineer, you need to have a skill as engineer. For example, skill to solve any problem using modern tools. Okay, modern tools. Nowadays, there are many software, management software, analysis software that you can use. So you need to prove to the PI interviewers that you able to solve and you able to use and expert some of the software, analysis software, for example. And also your professional attitude. Okay, as professional attitude, we need to follow all the engineering code of conduct. Okay. All right. So the format of professional interview, there are two parts. Okay, one is the documentary, another one is the oral and writing to essay. So when you apply for PI, a professional interview, along the application, you need to submit one report. Okay, later on, I will show what kind of report that you need to supply to the IEM or BEM. Okay, and then the part two is the personal interview. Okay, the personal interview, because of nowadays is a pandemic. I don't know whether they still conduct the interview by using web style, the video lah, from internet. Okay, but before that, there are face to face lah. Face to face, there are interviewer, so they will ask you a certain question regarding on your experience. So how you design, for example, product. You are engineer dekat factory, so how you design your product, how you develop, how you test, analyze, and everything. Okay, and then you need to write two essay. One is about your the question is related on your field, okay, your experience, and another one is about the engineering ethic. Okay, there are two essay that you need to fulfill. All right, I don't want to go detail on this flow chart. Okay, all right. So so this is a form that you need to fill in. Okay, one is the IEM PI A100. So this is the professional interview application form. Another one is the IEM PI A401, which is a training and experience report. Hello, can I check my voice? Is it clear for you? Because I worry that the internet is disconnected. Is it okay now? Can you hear my voice? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Can hear your voice. Yes.
Okay, all right. Sorry. Okay, so you also can go to the IEM website and also upper BM website. So this is I show the example of IEM lah from IEM website. So these two form for you need to fill in. One is the PI A100, another one is A401. Okay, after you fill in this form and you send to the IEM. So after they review all your documentation and they will call you if you successfully with your application. They will call you for interview session. Okay, and after that, after you pass your examination, then you can fill the form IEM PI A300, which is corporate members, MIEM, members of IEM application. Okay, by having this corporate member status, then you can apply to BEM to upgrade your position to become professional engineer, IR. Okay, is it clear? So far, is it clear? Any feedback from the floor?
All clear, Doctor.
Okay. All right. So okay, if you see there are another form which is PI result appeal form. So this is in case if you fail the interview before they give totally fail, you can apply appeal any they may review back your application if you not success. But if you totally fail, you need to wait until 1 year before you can apply a new application for PI, right? So as you can see, there are fee for PI application. For the processing fee is 100 ringgit, and for graduate members, okay, graduate members, you need to pay about 200 ringgit. Okay, for non-graduate members is 300 ringgit. All right, so this is example. You can go to the IEM website. Okay, IEM website. You go to the membership and then select the members. And then you can see the professional interview PI. Okay, when you successfully on the PI interview, then you can apply for MIEM, the members of IEM, right? So now we go to the competency standard. Okay, the professional engineering competency standard, it consists 5 categories. 5 categories plus 18 competency. So meaning that in each categories, for example, A, maybe it have 3, 4, or 5 elements. We will look detail on this. Okay, what are they looking during the interview? The candidate need to show evidence based on their working experience, how they encountered engineering problem or any engineering activities related. So as a candidate during the interview, you need to convince the interviewers that you have enough working experience as an engineer. You go along all the process of become the engineer. For example, from the beginning, you have the request from the client, okay, to do maybe to build a building, and then you as an engineer, you do all the steps from A until the finish, testing, commissioning, and also deliver to the to the client. All the process you need to experience it. Right? Okay, so this is the category that you need to have to have the evidence to give to the EM or IEM. Okay, which is A, B, C, D, E. So there are 5 categories. So A is a knowledge. Okay, B is the design and development. So both A and B is in terms of engineering discipline. Okay, and C and D. C is the responsible management leadership. D is communication. So both C and D is in a common skill. Okay, and lastly E is the professional commitment. So this is regarding or related to the professional commitment. All right. So the category A, so you need to use the combination of general and specialist engineering knowledge and understanding as a basis for optimizing the application, existing and emerging technology. So you need to, so let looks to the element in A. So maintain and extend personal knowledge, understanding, technical skill on and ally field specialization. Okay, so you need to have the knowledge, understanding, and technical skill. For example, how to read the schematic diagram, how to draw the schematic diagram using AutoCAD, for example, and how to do the analysis. Okay, before and after. This is a simulation. By simulation, you want to look the effect if you do this method. What the expected result by simulation. Okay, by if not, let's say you want to build the aeroplane. Okay, so previously, maybe they long time ago, maybe they want develop the actual aeroplane and then try to fly that aeroplane and fail. So that is a long time ago. But nowadays, you can do the simulation. You draw 3D simulation of the aeroplane and then try to fly it and look what you can analyze in terms of the body, the strengthness, and everything about the aeroplane. And then if the result, the performance is as expected, and then you can build the prototype. Then build the prototype and then test again in actual situation, and then do the analysis again before you apply for or develop the actual aeroplane. All right. And then A2 is upgrade personal knowledge, experience in technology, product, service in your specialization. Okay, so this is if you in the factory environment, normally your employer will send you. Let's say you working as a engineer in Motorola ataupun in Sony factory. So normally your employer will send you to Japan to have experience and to upgrade your knowledge and also knowledge about the technology and product and also the service. Okay, so this is meaning to upgrade your personal knowledge. And element 3 is comprehend, apply knowledge and understanding of relevant engineering code, standard, specification, application, and in the context of local context, requirement and application. So in other words, category A is regarding on your specialist, your engineering knowledge. How they want you to show the evidence, and you need to convince them that you have this engineering knowledge deeply. Okay, you follow the new emerging technology. For example, nowadays people talk about IR 4.0. So you know about the emerging from how to emerge from previous to IR 5.0, right? So this is the category E. Category B, category B is apply appropriate theoretical and practical method to do analysis and solution of engineering problem. So you have the problem in your site, or maybe you have a problem in your product R&D. So how you identify the problem? Okay, how you do the set up the experiment to recognize or to identify the problem. So maybe you use some modern tools or simulation or software that can predict the error, for example. And next element is conduct appropriate research and undertake design and development of engineering solutions. So maybe you have some of engineering tools, for example, MATLAB. Okay, MATLAB, you can put all the data and then do the simulation to see whether the data is okay or not. Yeah? And then implement design solution and evaluate their effectiveness. Okay, so after you identify the problem from your data, maybe you do the correction and then try again. And then that become method you can use to solve your problem. So this also need evidence that you to show to the interviewer that you have the capability, knowledge about the theoretical and also the practical method. Not only theory, but you also can do the practical method, okay, to solve and to analyze or to solve the engineering problem. All right. C is regarding on the technical and commercial management. So this is, if you see the element C1 to C4, so this is related to how you conduct your project from beginning. You plan and then do the budget and you lead the team and then bring improvement in terms of the quality. So this is also, this is normally apply in construction, or you also can apply in your project, okay, in your R&D, in any kind of your field, engineering field, you can apply all of these elements. Okay, you do the planning and then do the budget planning and then manage managing, whether manage staff, people, or you need to manage the machine. Okay, how many hours that you want to use the machine, and then do the improvement, the quality management, right? Okay, the category D is demonstrate effective interpersonal skill. Okay, the element is communicate in national or English language. So in Malaysia scenario, you can use bahasa, either bahasa Malaysia, or you can use English in your during your work area. So this communicate is very important because you need to communicate to your stakeholders. Okay, maybe your client, your vendors, okay, your contractors, subcontractors, your staff. Okay, so you need to have this interpersonal skill. And then the element is to present and discuss proposal. For example, you are engineers in subcontractor, or your main contractor engineers. So you need to present your proposal. So you need to have the interpersonal skill. You need to have the soft skills such as using the modern tools to present, simulate, in order to enhance your proposal. And then demonstrate personal and social skill. Okay, so our interpersonal skill not only used within the engineering society, but we also engage with the other society. Okay, for example, apa, dalam masyarakat luar lah, kita gunakan our skill of communication, interact with others. Alright, so lastly is the category E. So category E have it has 5 element. which is category E, is demonstrate personal commitment to professional standard, recognizing obligation to society, the profession, and also environment. Okay, so we need to comply with the relevant code, manage and apply safe system working. So this is regarding on the OSHA lah, OSHA ataupun safety. And element number 3, undertake engineering activities in a way that contribute to sustainable development. So when we talk about the sustainable development, so in world nowadays, there are we call SDG, 17 goal, sustainable development goal, cover 17 elements such as no poverty, zero hunger, which is the engineering related, such as such as the affordable and clear energy. Okay, clear energy. So this is related to engineering lah. And then what else? The decent work and economic growth, industrial innovation and infrastructures, sustainable cities and communities. So this is related to engineering lah. Okay, so actually we need to contribute for the sustainable development. And then next element is carry out record continuing professional development, CPD. Okay, so if you still remember before the slide before, for tier 1 PE, you need to maintain 25 hours per year. But for PEPC, you need 50 CPDs every year. Okay, lastly, element is understand the legal matters pertaining to engineering profession. Okay? So these legal matters when we deal with we call bandaraya. Bandaraya, for example, Melaka is MBMB, Melaka Bandaraya, Melaka Bersejarah. Okay, so when it's related to the legal matters, as an engineer, we need to know what procedure that we need to compile in our design, for example, right? So that is the categories A until E with each of the elements inside these categories, right? Okay, so in PI, you need to do the written essay, and also for documentation. For document, you also need give the evidence on your design and training, right? So I skip this. Okay, I want to show this training and experience report. Okay, so this is important that you need to fill in, which is IEMPI A401. Okay, so this is example of a training and experience report. Okay, so you need to fill in all your detail and then also your evidence. Evidence your competence on competency category A, B until E. Okay, so you also need the declaration and your supporter. Okay, declaration of supporter. Okay. Training and experience report as in a portfolio of evidence must be submitted together with PI application form. Provide portfolio of evidence cover all competence category A and E. So 500 words. So this is an example of the form. You need to show evidence drawn from your work experience. So this cover all 18 competence elements just now. And the competence level award by PI interview based on your evidence and demonstrate. So you need to enhance, to convince the interviewers during the session, okay, of your PI. For the academician, teach course that have qualification in engineering and engineering research approved by board, plus 1 year practical experience in Malaysia, supervised by PE. Same field or approved allied discipline. For example, electronic, it can appoint PE from electrical. But if electrical candidate, they cannot appoint PE from electronic field because electronic is subset for electrical. Electrical is more higher than electronic. Okay. So for academician, they need to teach a course and also 1 year practical experience. Okay, so this is Annex A. You need to fill in, and also the Annex B, site experience. Okay, Annex A is regarding on design experience, and Annex B is regarding on site experience. So you need to supply the information, to give the information, duration of month. So as a table just now I showed before, that for example for civil, they need to have 12 months of design experience and 12 months of site experience. So this evidence you need to fill in. Evidence means that you state here, and also any documentation support your claim that you have the experience of site experience and also design experience. Okay. All right, I think that's all for me. But I want to share example report, application report. Host, can I proceed?
Yes, you can proceed.
All right, so this is an example of the IM PIA 401. Okay, so this is Annex A. So Annex A is regarding on.
Excuse me, Doctor. Do you share
Yep.
the file?
Oh, okay.
Because
Sorry,
we didn't see
yeah,
anything.
Okay.
Okay, I just saw that the speaker suddenly out of the WebEx, maybe misclick the button. While we waiting for him to continue with his speech, maybe for the audience, maybe you can check at the chat. There is a link for the attendance and feedback form for this webinar. Maybe you can click it. Okay, J T-shirt, you ada 2 soalan. Dr. Riza, are you there? Dr. Riza, we cannot hear your voice because you are mute.
Boleh nampak
Sekarang boleh. Boleh dengar, boleh nampak.
slide?
Alright, boleh.
Hello?
Hello, dengar? Boleh dengar tak suara saya?
Boleh. Sharing ni boleh nampak?
Sharing boleh nampak.
Boleh.
Okay.
Doktor.
Okay. So this is IMPI sorry. IMPIA 100. So this is professional interview application form. So this application is I show example through IEM lah. So whether you want to go road 1 PAE from through BM Board of Engineers, this is road 2 lah, road 2 either IEM ataupun MySet. So another one is road 3 which is from overseas punya bodies. Okay, so this I'm showing show now example of the IEM professional interview application form. Okay, all right, so you need to put your detail here, your current employment. All right, for your information, this form you can download from IEM. Just now dekat slide saya tu I show how to to download all the form regarding on this. Okay, you need to give the current employment and then your expertise. For example, your industry and also the consultancy also. Either you are construction, you are project management, you are researcher. So you need to give the information. And also your engineering discipline. For example, here is a mechanical. Okay, this applicant is
Dr.
mechanical.
Nxa, there is one question in the chat. The question is serving in the military, such as a Navy, is a good route to start to be an engineer?
Macam mana question dia? I tak clear.
Serving in the military, which is in Navy,
Okay.
is this a good route to start to be an engineer?
Yeah. Because I have experience. One of my friend of him, dia Navy. Dia saya Navy. Dia Navy juga. Engineer, Navy engineer. Okay, so boleh. Kalau tak salah saya, engineer Navy dia pun ada categories, whether electrical ke, dia computer ke, ataupun dia more kepada mechanical ke. So dia ada categories juga. So you can apply semua juga. Okay, the same flow juga. You can. Is it okay? Is it clear? Am I answer? Kalau did his apa tu soalan?
I think if J-Tishan, if you have a microphone, you can just unmute and you can ask, is this the answer is enough for you?
Sorry?
And then, no, because this is the audio from the J-Tishan. Okay. If you have a microphone, you can unmute and ask the question. Is it the answer is enough for you? Okay, now we are
Okay.
yeah. Boleh.
Alright. Okay.
Clear, Doctor.
Okay, proceed. Any question?
Untuk soalan 2 yang regarding like kan Doctor shared about route 3 yang registered dekat dekat Australia atau dekat UK. So if they register dekat UK atau Australia as an engineer, must they also register dekat BEM also? So that was my second question. Once you register dekat Australia, is considered like internationally recognized, or must you also register in Malaysia or anywhere you want to work in, must register in that Board of Engineers?
Yeah. J-Tishan. Okay. So if you have the experience dekat overseas, so you need at least 1 year experience dekat Malaysia. So meaning that you need to register also dekat Malaysia lah, dekat Board of Engineers. For example, you working dekat UK and then you have CEng, okay, Chartered Engineer from UK. So again, you need 1 year solid working experience dekat Malaysia before you are allowed to sit for PAE. Is it clear? Is it answer your question?
I see. Faham, Doctor, faham. Thank you.
Alright.
Okay, there is no question in the chat anymore, so maybe Doctor can continue. Doctor, you are mute.
Okay, boleh dengar?
Boleh.
Okay. Alright. So this is a professional development. So you can put all the related either course or training in this section. And then Okay, this is a professional service paper. For example, you have paper, you present paper in conference, and then organization chart. Okay, organization chart, and you need to highlight where your position in this chart. Maybe you are engineers, electrical engineers or mechanical engineers. So you need to highlight. So this is like this one, dia bubuh arrow kat sini, arrow. Right. And then this is stakeholder that their company connected to the stakeholder. All right, so this is what I want to show to you, the relevant career history. So you need to put all the experience in this form. For example, your employer office, what kind of your employer, date from when until when, and then your experience, your area of competencies. Okay, so for example here during 3 months industrial training, so industrial training pun dia dah masuk kat sini. And then again you need to have the endorsement from PE, okay, 2 PE here. You need PE. So it's a better if you have PE in your organization. If you don't have any PE in your organization, you can appoint. You can contact IEM ataupun BM, ask them. If you work in Melaka, so ask them who is the same field with you. For example, you are mechanical, so any PE mechanical dekat Melaka, so you can appoint as your PE. So they need to supervise your all your documentation like this, right? Okay, so
Okay, Doctor.
this
Dr. Riza,
There is
Yeah,
another
yeah.
question from
Dr.
Fikri
Riza.
Khairi.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay.
yeah,
Hello?
I can
Yeah.
hear.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to ask, can you elaborate more on the early stage? We need to have design experience and site experience. So right now I'm working as design engineer. So I have 3 years experience as design. So how do I move to the next step, like site experience? Maybe you can elaborate more. Do I need to change my department, or I just go to the shop floor and maybe take some notes or something to the site experience? Yeah.
It depend. It depend because if you may I know what environment you working? The factory or
Environment, yeah,
construction?
factory, tool and die.
Okay, factory. So you R&D lah, R&D at
Yes,
apa
yes.
tu dekat. Okay, you R&D. So actually, what you mean by a site experience, because you do the R&D, kan? Awak buat R&D. Kemudian
Yeah.
bila R&D tu, your prototype ataupun your design tu akan digunakan dekat produk ni, I mean di line kan, production line, betul?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so your production line tu, your site lah. That is your site.
Oh, so I don't need to move department.
Tak payah.
Tak payah.
So maknanya you design, okay? The flow is design. Okay. So when you design, you need to have analysis apa semua tu a part of R&D lah. Okay. So bila you dah buat R&D tu, nanti you akan buat prototype, betul?
Yes,
Prototype
yes.
ataupun you come up with a product terus lah. Your design tu. Kemudian you akan gunakan dekat your production line, kan? Production line.
Yep.
So that is your site.
Site
That is your
experience.
site.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Faham. Okay, ya. Okay.
Oh, dekat Kelang mana ni, Cik Fikri?
Rotan.
Roton. Nanti boleh contact ni. Bagus ni. Alright. Any question? Any question lagi? Alright. So this is a professional interview application form. So you need to have proposal dekat sini ada proposal, ada 2 proposal. Dia kena ada at least 2 proposal. Lagi bagus 3 lah. 3 proposal. So yang ni dia ada 2 pun dah cukup lah. Tapi one of the proposal ni dia mesti fellowship. Maknanya fellowship ni dia more than 10 years. More than 10 years experience as PE, PEPC ataupun PE. Better PE, you find PEPC lah. Sebab PEPC dia chop, dia bulat. Kalau PE yang hexagon stamp, right? So ni yes, right? So this is table related lah. Kalau civil 12 months design experience and then 12 months at site experience. So you can refer to this table. Alright. So and then this Nxa Design Experience. So Nxa Design Experience you need to fill in. For example here 8 months. 8 months. So for mechanical, if I'm not mistaken, 6 months. So ini dia dah fulfill lah. Dia 6 months, kemudian 3 months as a mechanical engineers, design experience, blah blah blah. 2 months, 3 months. So that is Nxa. Next, this is NXB, site experience. Site experience, nature of job, site walk with a contractor every week to check installation status. So for Fikri just now, maybe the site walk to check the die, dia punya ni apa dia panggil yang tadi tu, machine tu lah kan, dia punya R&D tu untuk check dekat site adakah ada misalignment ke, do analysis ke kan, untuk dapat data from installation tu. So that is a kind of site experience lah, right? So 4 months. Yeah.
I have a question. Regarding of this evidence for experience ni, should we consider all the position or the project that has been done, starting from the work or starting from the registered as a graduate engineer?
For untuk mudah ni, Cik Muhammad boleh compile. Macam saya dulu, saya compile every project that I fulfill, project yang saya apa tu supervise. Contohnya dulu saya my experience dekat HUKM, Hospital UKM as a electrical and biomedical engineer. So dekat HUKM sometimes our client ni department lah dekat hospital tu, ada orthopedic, ada ophthalmologist, ada radiology, forensik, lab apa semua. So one of the client ni nanti dia orang akan datang kepada engineering department, dia orang katalah dia nak buat renovation, nak masukkan mesin ke, contoh radiology kan macam-macam mesin, ada CT scan, ada MRI, ada X-ray lah kan. So dia katalah ada mesin baru nak sampai, perlukan new room, new compartment. The compartment tu kena ada electrical supply, kena ada lighting, kena ada dia punya macam contoh X-ray tu dia punya wall tu ada lid supaya X-ray tu dia tak penetrate, dia tak penetrate sebab radiation is very dangerous kepada kita punya cell. So dia ada layer dia, tu civil, kemudian kita lice dengan mechanical. So maknanya itu satu projek. Saya compilekan semua tu apa yang what I supervise from A until lah kita testing, commissioning and deliver kepada handover kepada client. So that is one project. So that one project compile dalam satu folder. Kemudian projek lain pula.
Jadi, part two, that one I can understand. But the one that I actually asking was, if let's say I have been working for 3 years but have not yet registering for this graduate engineer. So and then after I graduate, after I registered, and then I applied for this form. So should I mention the 3 years before registering or not?
Oh, that one. Okay, kalau BEM dengan BEM, dia akan backfire you. Sebabnya dia memang sebab dia memang dalam ATA. Act Registration Engineer Registration Act 1967, all the graduate all the graduate dia panggil, maknanya kita kena register before kita nak buat kerja engineering, kita kena register as graduate engineer. So that is the what we call ATA lah. Itu ATA. Kalau dengan BEM memang backfire lah, memang dia akan sebenarnya benda tu salah lah. Okay. Satu lagi cara, mungkin road 2 lah. You boleh pergi road 2, IEM. Kalau IEM ni dia okey sikit lah. IEM sebab IEM nanti you pass, IEM dia tak ni sangat lah. Dia taklah maknanya boleh lah. Cumanya you kena register, dah register lah dengan BEM. Sekarang.
Macam mana, sorry?
Sekarang dah register dengan BEM as a graduate engineer.
Belum, baru mula kerja.
Oh, okey, baru mula kerja. Maknanya kena register lah. Kena register. Lepas tu barulah that experience will be counted. Kalau tidak, experience tu yang pertama dia salah lah. Dari segi undang-undang dia salah. Sebab dia macam mana? Dia macam doktor tau, medical doctor. You not register with a medical board, then you practice medical. So that is salah lah. That is illegal. Okay. Sebenarnya sama dengan engineer, cuma dalam engineering ni akta tu dia tak enforce. Kalau macam medical tu memang dia enforce. Memang kena tangkap. Kan? Cuma di Malaysia ni dia tak berapa nak enforce. Kalau my information dekat Australia, even dekat Australia, before operation theatre dekat hospital tu, operation theatre dia nak use operation theatre tu, dia kena ada engineer, biomedical engineer yang endorse operation theatre before operation theatre tu boleh digunakan. Okay. Right. Okay, so tadi saya dah I'm showing you the Annex A and this is Annex B. So I think what else so this is the training experience report. Okay, so this is the training so for training and experience report IMPIA 401 ni, so you need to comply with all the categories. Okay, macam tadi ni kan, categories A until E. Kemudian dia ada dia punya A1, A2, A3. So you need to ni lah fulfill. So A1 maintain, extend, sound, theoretical approach, enabling introduction. So what is evident that you need to supply in this part. So you need to ni lah masukkan all the evidence. For example, this is my evidence during related or regarding on theoretical introduction, apa semua ni lah evidence of your competency. Combination general specialist engineering knowledge. Okay. Kemudian A1, A2, A3, lepas tu B pula. Okay, B. Okay, all apa yang kita bincang tadi. Okay, I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Dr. Liza. So before we end our webinar today, maybe for those who still didn't fill up the attendance form, can you do it now? Attendance and feedback form for today's webinar. And at the same time, for those who already done it, maybe you guys can switch on the camera because I want to take a picture as a evidence or as a report for this webinar later. Okay, maybe I open this.
Ada soalan lagi ni, tengok kan dekat ni apa? Kejap, soalan. Military tadi okey.
I forgot
Okay.
his.
Sebenarnya saya ada lagi satu soalan.
From Sazali.
Okay.
Okay.
Kejap ni, kejap. Ada
Whoever
satu
have the
soalan
question, you can ask.
review. Ada Muhammad Sazali ni, okay. Review on design calculation submitted by contractor will be considered to the design requirement by M or not. Design submitted by contractor. Okay, yang ini bukan. Sebab okay, what is sorry, siapa ni tadi? Cik Muhammad Sazali, are you contractor or consultant?
Saya, Assalamualaikum Dr. Saya Muhammad Sazali. Currently I working
Yeah.
with TMB Engineering lah, TMB Engineering Corporation.
Hello, saya tak berapa ni mungkin line saya tak clear. Boleh ulang macam mana, Muhammad Sazali?
Currently I working with TMB Engineering Corporation lah. More to the client side lah.
Ni lah dia punya, saya punya suara saya jelas tak? Hello?
Bagi saya jelas.
Sekat-sekat suara saya. Muhammad Sazali tak berapa ni. Saya macam terputus-putus. Boleh ni balik tak? Dia you kadang you ni tutup video. Kadang video ni dia ni. Dia tutup video. Dia kadang-kadang video ni dia data tu ni. Okey, macam mana Muhammad Sazali?
Saya boleh dengar ke?
Boleh.
Sebelum ni saya kerja dengan contractor side and then currently working dengan TMB Engineering lah. As a more to client side lah currently.
Okay. So biasanya calculation tu memang design kita lah. Dia nak tengok apa yang kita design. Maknanya kalau kita design actually macam contoh kalau macam transmission kan, transmission daripada satu substation kepada satu substation ke berapa loss ke, itu calculation yang kita kadang-kadang macam part of consultant ni kita akan buat kita punya calculation. Kemudian contractor akan bagi dia punya calculation. So kita akan tengok lah sebagai consultant, kita akan tengok adakah dia meet dengan requirement calculation kita. So maknanya calculation tu kena datang daripada kita.
Okay. Maksudnya kalau macam kita just review and then kita comment tu not consider as a design from own design lah means.
Ya. Sama ada design ke ataupun kadang kita buat maintenance macam kawan saya ada seorang tu dia biomedical dia bukan maintenance, dia installation machine dekat hospital. Jadi sebelum dia nak install tu dia ada calculation dia lah. Calculation dari segi contoh mesin tu punya strength ke, kemudian output dia macam mana, quality dia macam mana. Kemudian daripada situ dia akan buat calculation lah. Calculation yang dia ni dengan simulation yang dapat. So benda tu tally. Maksud tu itu pun boleh dikira sebagai you put a part of that lah. Tapi yang paling jelas sekali calculation design tu datang daripada kita. Maksudnya kalau kita nak buat sesuatu tu kita kena ada basic lah, kena ada fundamental kita, calculation kita. Untuk kita nak install sesuatu ataupun kita nak develop sesuatu kan mesti kita ada calculation kita lah. Yang itu yang dia nak tengok tu design tu. Boleh ni ke? Menjawab ke?
Boleh.
Okey.
Doktor?
Ya.
Okay, saya Daniel. And then sekarang ni saya kerja dengan consultant company untuk 1 tahun.
Okay.
And then
Consultant,
recently saya dapat job offer lah, job kerja baru lah dengan solar company sebagai design engineer. And then my concern is patut ke saya jump ke solar ke kontraktor tu lah sebagai design engineer. Saya risau saya punya work scope saya nanti dia akan jadi kecil sebab sekarang saya duduk kat consultant saya macam broad sikit lah saya punya work scope kan. Saya risau nanti untuk pass saya untuk ke IR tu macam susah sikit.
Dia yang tu saya tak berapa nak nampak sangat you punya environment tu macam mana. Cuma satu yang saya nak sampaikan contoh macam saya dulu saya punya graduate engineer elektronik. Okay, board of engineer bagi saya elektronik. Bila saya kerja dekat hospital HUKM, saya buat dua benda. Satu electrical sebagai electrical engineer, another one is biomedical engineer. So biomedical engineer is more related kepada saya punya
Elektronik lah.
field lah, elektronik.
Mm-mm.
Tapi bila saya submit report tu, saya submit design electrical. Maknanya saya buat electrical design, DB apa semua kan, untuk apa ni, transmission apa semua tu. Jadi dia tolak. Dia suruh
sebab
buat
dia
balik, suruh
sebab doktor
sebab
elektronik
kita
lah
dah
kan.
yes, jadi
Macam
itu
saya sekarang saya
mungkin
sebagai saya graduate electrical power lah. Electrical lah sekarang yang graduate engineer tu.
okay. So kena tengoklah macam kalau you nak jump pergi ke company R&D tu, kena tengoklah kalau macam dia lebih kepada elektronik. Kalau elektronik okey, electrical buat elektronik okey. Tapi elektronik buat electrical tak boleh. Sebab electrical is
yang
more
company yang saya dapat offer tu dia akan buat macam solar farm semua tu lah.
Cuma kadang-kadang you kena riki juga. Kadang-kadang takutnya dia bagi kerja tu kena tengok job scope tu macam mana. Kadang-kadang ada yang more kepada maintenance saja kan. Ada yang lebih kepada sales service, apa ni, engineer, sales engineer kan. So you kena tanya-tanya lah, kena betul-betul sebab you duduk consultant ni sebenarnya memang banyak you boleh belajar lah. Banyak yang you boleh implement and then you can use apa tu bila you nak buat PE nanti. Dan kemudian pula nanti bila you dah duduk consultant ni, maksudnya betul lah kadang-kadang kita akan tengok gaji kan.
Betul.
Kalau pergi kat tu memang gaji tu tinggi, gaji ni tak tinggi, tapi you kena fikir macam ni pula. Dekat consultant tu you absorb all the knowledge tu. Sebab nanti mungkin you dah apply PE tu, you boleh buat consultant you. Kan?
Betul.
Itu
Pergi
yang
ke arah PPC lah.
mahal tu. Yes. Okay.
Itu just sekarang tengah dalam dilema lagi lah.
Tapi kadang-kadang kita kena tengok macam tu lah. Kadang yang ni gaji kecil tapi pengalaman dan juga knowledge tu banyak. Boleh bantu kita ke
Betul.
depan. Ini pula
Yang tu saya
kadang
setuju lah.
gaji dia tinggi tapi mungkin kita duduk di maintenance saja kan. Jadi tak banyak berkembang lah. Itulah. Sebab saya pun ada experience lepas graduate tu saya jadi duduk di consultant setahun. Kemudian saya masuk ISUKM. Sebab tu kemudian saya jadi PLV, pegawai latihan vocational, dan sekarang jadi pensyarah lah. Jadi semua area
semua
boleh
dah cover lah.
Okay, ada ni lagi sebelum kita ni sebab nak Jumaat. Apa-apa nanti yang lain-lain tu kalau ni boleh email saya ke, boleh contact nombor saya ada tadi kan. Macam mana kita
terima kasih Dr. Riza.
Nak takat gambar tadi
itulah, kalau boleh semua boleh switch on the camera. Kita ambil gambar kenang-kenangan.
Ada graduate daripada UTM ada daripada UTM. Belajar UTM dulu tak ada?
Saya daripada UTM lah.
Ada Encik.
Ada. Muhammad Samawi ni macam kenal. Ada muka gambar.
Okey. So, okeylah, yang lain mungkin kamera tak ada atau ni, tak apa. So, saya ambil gambar je. Okay, senyum. Cheese. 1, 2, 3. Lagi sekali. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you so much for